Hey.
Hey guys, welcome to Every Dull Moment. We're gonna have some fun today. You guys always love it when we sharpen a knife, and we're gonna sharpen something a little different. I'm literally gonna throw everything plus the kitchen sink and
Looks like
more at a new type of steel. So, Magnacut, really great steel, American-made idea, trying to do something new in the world of powdered steels. It was like we needed some new combos, and Larry and Thomas, knife steel nerds. Him and his dad, I mean, they're always thinking of new stuff. And Magnacut is the brainchild of this. And this has to do with trying to reduce the chromium and keep the knife tough, keep it hard, trying to make the carbide smaller. And for those of you who are joining the show and don't know, here's insert bleep, don't know about steel. Basically, whenever they're forging metal and they put the different composites, we're talking carbon, we're talking iron. We got dogs going crazy out there. If you can hear them. If you're taking some carbon and some iron, which is ultra clean, and making steel, you make carbon steel, and you get a really sharp knife that can get a patina or rust and oxidize. When you start adding things like chromium, you're able to make it more stainless, especially when you get up to 20%. When you have vanadium and other materials, you can change the toughness. And when carbon binds with vanadium and you get to a certain heat, you make new molecules, or molecules is probably not the best word, but you make something called carbides. And carbides they're big and they are difficult to shear to get a grain structure, a crystalline structure, a crystal structure that will allow you to get a super fine edge. And so for those people who are into metallurgy, they really excel at trying to bring steel that has a fine grain structure that gives you all of that stainless wear resistance, toughness, flexibility. They're trying to do so much, and they keep throwing new things in the pot. And in doing so, Larry came up with a new steel called Magnacut. So Magnacut got out there and it was popping up in different places, especially folders. And American steel has definitely been charging and came on and surpassed Japanese steel. I'm not trying to be blasphemous to Japanese steel. Hitachi Japanese steel, for those of us who love our culinary knives, it's what we know. It's easy to sharpen. It's amazing, and you got to prove it. And so Magnacut's trying to do that. And so we have a Magnacut knife here today. The Magnacut knife was being utilized somewhat now around the world. One of the places it's being utilized is by Brandon with Maleo Knives, and he's in California. His tactical training left him to make knives before we make kitchen knives. Tactical knives, he went in there and he got into metallurgy, and his brain went crazy, and Magnacut became a toy. At the Blade Show, we did meet 3 manufacturers using Magnacut in culinary knives. And Brandon was very nice to gift us a knife. We don't know if this knife had gotten a score of 195. We had told one of his knives by Laren, supposedly had tested and got a 195. So Maleo had said, take a knife with Magnacut, which you are going to see. I'm going to test the sharpness right now, but it's a Magnacut knife. You'll notice that one of the things they do is they leave some grind lines on there.
Tilt it back just a smidge, Roy. Thank you.
For texture. So we're going to test to see how sharp the knife is, so we know if we got it better. So full disclosure on my part, I love sharpening knives, and it's how this got started. I'm glad he did not give me a black finished knife, because sometimes my angles are a little bit on the lower side and the bevel can be a little thicker. The bevel on this is ultra fine. That might get changed a little bit because this steel should be able to take a really nice edge. I'm just looking for 15 degrees. I'm not looking to make some ultra smooth, thin thing. A long time ago, a couple years at Blade Show, a certain knife maker whose name I genuinely don't know. I'm not trying to keep it from you. And this knife is sharp. I can tell. It's nice. A knife maker had said, if you broke a piece of glass and you went to pick up the pieces, you'd be afraid of it. Well, the pieces are probably 90 degree in angle, but the grain structure of the sand being melted is so fine that it gets an ultra fine edge. And so let's not be hung up on angles so much. I mean, angles has a lot to do with food release and the feel of cutting through an item, whether it's wedging or not. but you can get an ultrafine apex with really good composition. So if this is able to get us to a really nice ultrafine edge, we should be able to get a sharp knife at 15 degrees without having to make it thinner. So I'm looking to sharpen at 15 degrees. It will be free-handed. It could be a little bit inside of 15. It could be higher than 15. I'm not going to get something out to tell me perfectly what I'm doing. I'm just going standard. I'm not trying to do anything special. What are we throwing at this today? We're throwing everything. So we have some CBN stones. These are by Hans Plog out of Germany. I'm not going to even begin to think that I know how to say. I'm going to say Schlief Junkies. Hopefully he's watching, and he'll say that I said that right. But Schlief Junkies. I believe that means honing junkie or sharpening junkie. So what do we have? We have a 200, a 400, an 800, and 1200 in CBN, cubic boron nitride. Second hardest substance, I believe. And CBN does not go ultra fine. So when we jump from there, we're jumping over to 3000 on the diamond. And this is going to be the Naniwa. I don't have a bigger Naniwa, but this is a 3000 grit diamond Naniwa resin bonded.
Travel stone.
Compact stone. Yeah, compact field stone.
That's the one. Field stone.
So, and you are able supposedly to sharpen this. It will just take a long time. I don't want to spend all day on this, but you can sharpen on regular ceramic stones. Now, I'm not sponsored by NanoHone. I do own their products. I own a lot of stones. I happen to already have these out. They're dirty. I mean, the faces got cleaned. Each one of the faces got cleaned. The back of them are dirty. You can tell they get used. But when we get above 3,000, you know, we're messing. I'll probably maybe go from 3,000 stone to that 6,000, 10K. But I'm finishing on a Japanese natural stone. I believe I think my Nakayama stone is higher than 10,000. And then I've got to get a strop out. So let's get a strop out that has gunny juice. We have gunny cloth, 0.5 micron. And everything. So when I say we're throwing everything at it, we're throwing everything at it. I even have some new gunny cloth gunny stuff I haven't even used. It is 0.08 or something like that. I'm not even going to deal with that today. We're going to go with what we have. Let's see how sharp we can get this knife. So this beautiful knife. Let's see how sharp it is. We need to know what we're already dealing with. We have the BESS tester ready. We got a couple of things going on. Let's turn the light on and see how sharp the knife is currently.
Okay.
So,
You said it felt sharp?
it felt sharp. We're testing at 2 different points.
Consistent. Okay.
It's sharp. It's a sharp knife. Yeah. He was saying 195. I think it's sharper than that. It's 148, 168 was the other one.
150. 150 something, 140 something.
Okay. So it's like, am I even starting on a 200? Let's just start on a.
Just a couple, just to kind of,
those of you who want to know certain things, this is the Casfly stone holder, and I'll have to release again for you guys one day. I had done a video series on what is the best sink bridge. I had put the Chihiro's #1. This is #1. Casfly is #1. That we do have the NanoHone sink bridge for the NanoHone products, and it is amazing. It does not hold anything other than NanoHone. You can get a backing plate for the NanoHone sink bridge, and I've seen him do a foam on there that you can make things not stick. I just couldn't find it online. I'm looking into it because I'd like to be able to put my Japanese natural stones on there. You technically don't need water on CBN. I'm using it because that's what I know. I like a little lubrication. Here is my angle. So you guys can say whatever the hell you want to say, like as far as how low that is.
Yeah, that's
I really do change the angle of the strokes at the tip. I used to be more like this. Now I'm really trying to make sure that the, this is a new idea for me, that the angle is almost perpendicular to the stroke. So almost think of it like this. I'm almost thinking stroke should be this way.
up, left, and back, correct?
It's a new thing I'm doing, especially in the tip area. So I'm really trying to make sure. I don't mind being a little off because you'll see the angle change like a little. I'm more like this. The nice thing about a CBN stone is if the plate, which is aluminum, is flat, which is, I'm sure Hans made sure it was, and then the nickel, it is electroplated too. It's all flat, then this stone's not going to dish, and it can be used forever. And I recently did a video in which I said just because you get a burr does not mean you have an apex. So I'm gonna make sure we have a burr on here and feel that we got it sharp. So immediately down here, yes. Nothing in the middle. So there'll probably be some places I pick and choose to speed up the process. Honestly, it feels good to be sharpening something. It's been a while. You want to be sharpening something, got to be sharpening something. Missing it just right down here. And then we will try to feel for the apex. Very close to being done. For those of you who are wondering how much pressure I'm putting pressure. And there is a burr. There is a significant burr. Which means I have removed some metal. Okay. So I'm going to do some strokes. These are just some long kind of stropping strokes in the same direction. My wife was doing these with Hap Stanley at the show, Blade Show, and at our home. And I like it. So just finishing with these continuous strokes. Yeah, nice. Like it. Hap is real big about not bending over the burr.
I was going to ask you about that.
So I didn't feel it like in a certain direction, I just like to turn the knife over. And I mean, before half, I was getting knives pretty damn sharp, and I've gotten a 15 on a BESS, a 24, and 18. So I knew a little something about a little something. So I appreciate him and everything that he's telling us. Definitely trying to utilize some of the stuff he's said. But at the same time, I trust myself a little bit on some things that I've done. A big thing here is not to presume that when I feel the burr, that it's not the actual burr that got flipped over. So that's why I did some stropping technique to try to get rid of some of the burr. And I want to give the same amount of grind time. I spend a lot of grind time on the other side. Again, I can do short strokes on this stone because this stone's not going to dish. Just, I mean, it is wow.
You got plans later, please keep your thumb. Oh my God. Not what I said.
Lapping plate down.
Timber.
So one of the things that he did was he had the knife, Happett hadn't had the knife where he pushed it sideways. That's the same as an edge leading stroke. So I'm literally, is my dog asleep? No, she's just having fun.
It's just being silly. We hear you, Josie. Uh-huh.
Yeah. You're thinking like, talk, Greg, what are you feeling? I'm trying to make sure that the burr is straight up and down. Okay, whoa. That actually seemed a little scary there. So.
Wife's eyes got big, yeah. Mm-hmm. So now you're on what?
We're on a 400, because I did all that on the 200. Let me make sure I'm speaking properly. 4. Yes, we're on the 400 side. And you're thinking, that's grinding metal too. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean. You said you were throwing everything at it. But
Everything.
I didn't know if we actually needed to throw everything at it.
Well, I'm going to throw everything at it because I want to make sure that I have. Now, I've really lightened up my pressure right now, by the way. I got to tell you that. My hand is more laying there for show. I don't feel like I need to grind like all this metal off. I don't feel like I have to do a lot of passes on these other stones. We're just trying to remove the scratch pattern of the stone prior. The apex has been created. Even though the 400 can sharpen a knife, the 1000 can sharpen a knife, the 2000 kind of sharpens and polishes. This is what my wife was doing at the show. I'll put a link above to my wife's video.
No. Or not. I had never ever done it before. That was like awkward, but because I had to go like this way. I had to make a curving motion.
All right, so we're going to go over to the 800, which is up. Super, super lightweight. I mean, my fingers are just on the knife like this. Like if I wanted to kind of doing the half thing where I've just got some edge leading. When I'm done with this knife, like if I was sitting it out, I'd put it back on the Scotch-Brite. Make sure all the grind, any random scratches that I might have gotten from laying the knife too flat were removed. So let me tell you what I'm thinking. You guys never heard me say this. What I'm thinking is I'm going through what I would normally do to sharpen. Is it going to be sharper than the 148? Am I confident? I mean, I feel like I might get it to where they got it. I'm hoping to get it better than that. There's no way for me to know until I'm done. And if I was done and didn't get better than them, then I'd have to rethink stuff. Like, did everything I feel, was it where it needed to be? Like, what could have I have done different? So if you've sharpened a knife and you've gotten extremely good numbers like I have, trust yourself. Like, I trust myself not to go like this. Like, I can go like this and feel like there's some sharpness. Do I want to slide my fingers?
No, please don't. Because you might not know you did it. I mean, I think there's some toothiness to it at this moment, but
some edge leading strokes just to take off metal. It's nice. I mean, it's okay. Again, cubic boron nitride, electroplated to nickel. Really humongous, big, flowing strokes, moving my weight for some hand little light pressure. Wow. You know, he did the jointing technique, and I don't know how comfortable I am on the cubic boron nitride doing the jointing technique.
Yeah.
I mean, that came off the blade, you know. Feels good.
I'm like, are you still sure you're going through all of these?
Yeah, I'm doing it to do it, you know.
Okay.
So we're on 3,000 diamond. Everything.
Kitchen sink, yeah.
Okay, here's my concern. I need something above this.
Yeah, it had.
And I let a friend of mine, Brent Nolan, another blacksmith, borrow the stone that would be under this. So we are not using the diamond nadiwa because I cannot guarantee that I'm not going to be like scraping the edge of my cast fly. So we're going to jump up to the 3,000 ceramic. Oh, do we switch sink bridges now?
It does, but it doesn't. No, because the reason I'm going to say no is if you've watched the video.
No, I switched what, if you guys watched Hap did, I switched out what Hap did. So I'll show you.
It can handle the vibrations. Okay. That's
So
fine.
what Hap did when he was here was he had made the legs of this fit the inside. I changed it to the outside.
Let's try to see those little legs again. There you go.
But I need this away from me. There you go.
And what are you using now?
I am using the NL4 diamond lapping plate to get a slurry and make sure that the stone is clean and flat and even. And there will be comments that your wife let you damn mess up your kitchen like that. Yes. Thank you, wife.
Messes up the kitchen when he sharpens, when he cooks. I mean, I can mess it up too, but.
So glassy sounding.
He has fun now.
So glassy.
Well, compared to just grinding on metal. Oh, not metal, but diamonds.
Yeah. I'm laying the knife down flat to just really help me make sure that the wire edge, I'm polishing a little bit And two, I make sure the wire edge is flat. I like the slurry, it's nice. Just nice. Wow. I like it. I like it a lot. Mm-hmm. 6K. We're on the 6K. Let's not bring any particles with us on the knife and the stone. I'm definitely going to be more lapping, you know. I'm not going to be able to quote what Hap said. He said something about the particles move, you know, and two, you know, you work it and then it sits.
It almost wakes them up or something. It gets them, yeah.
So like just to go in and
Get them all fired up, ready to be used.
Okay. So I'm going flat first, kind of polishing.
Was it that it almost cuts them so that they're something like that?
Now I've raised it up slightly. So glassy. I couldn't have done the flat part if this had the black finish that Maleo has on some of their knives.
Right. Because it would take it off. I mean,
it would. I would assume it would take it off. Yeah.
And he can say, Brandon, let us know.
Then I would wonder if he would like sharpen all his knives to like some ultra sharp thing and then put the block on. So it'd be interesting for Brandon to comment in the area.
And how long does because I think, wasn't that also part of it, was how long it stayed sharp?
Well, Magnacut, because of the vanadium, like the particles are in it, I mean, it should stay sharp for like a really long time.
Well, right. So my point in that was
but I'm just saying that once you put the block on, I think me putting the knife flat on the stone is out the window.
Yeah. But also that maybe you wouldn't need to if it, you know. Good grief, Charlie Brown, you're running out of spots.
Am I?
Uh-huh, yeah.
I have an entire kitchen, Michelle.
I meant right there. Mm-hmm. Good job.
Yeah?
Yep.
But I'll hear about it from you later. You guys are tough, man. If you guys don't know as a crowd, you're tough. I mean, if we mess up at all, you get no leeway.
Nope. Mic down.
Mic down. It's okay. We can hear you, but
Sorry for that noise.
this is the 10K, 1 micron. Ultra flat right now. Picking up. Okay. This does not work. So, cast fly engaged. This is the Nakayama Japanese natural stone. Got this from my buddy Jonathan Gui out of Singapore. Super glassy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're laying this down like a straight razor. We're just aligning the edge as if it's a straight razor. Some sharpening technique. Okay. Could I have done more? Sure. Did I need to do more? Who knows? Everything I felt good at the time. So now I need to dry it, which I would need a towel for. My wife is correct. They're in our laundry room.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
I'll get it.
she's going to step away and do that. So we did not want to use the towel earlier because we were told that it could rip away the burr. And as the burr is flipping back and forth, it heats the edge. Because if you think of a hanger, as you like go back and forth with the hanger, you're kind of heating the point. So we can do this at the very end. Nano cloth has texture. This has 0.5 micron added to it. So it has diamonds that are 0.5 micron in size to just help polish the edge a little bit more. The leather on the side also has 0.5 micron.
Careful. Jeez.
Fingers down, fingers down. Trying to make sure I got each point. So long continuous strokes, looking for it to catch anywhere, the end, like that pushed, catching right there a little bit. Could be an error in my technique. That was a push. I feel like I technique wise might have been a little off, like down here in the spot.
Okay, well there was that, so I don't know.
That was that. That's kind of impressive, actually. So I'm going to strop on the knocking arm a little bit more before I test it to realign my edge. And I have some more. I don't know if I got better than 148. So let's put a little water on here, drop the edges. I'm nervous. You know, did I do better than 140? Did I do worse?
I'd say be careful with that towel. Well, I just.
Yeah,
Or do you dull it with the towel a little bit? You know. Hold on, I'm coming. I'm not there yet. The water bottle's in the way. Thank you. 94. It's hard to read. This thing goes.
It's
weird.
a 94.
It goes wonky sometimes on the camera
Okay.
with the lighting and stuff.
And what you'll see was I let the knife rest. Did you notice that I let the knife rest until the sheer weight of the knife penetrated the... So I'm literally I'm just laying it and it fell.
Yeah.
So
94.83. So that was better. There you go, Brandon.
So Brandon, honestly, I think I can do better. I'm not going to do it on this episode. If I get it a little bit better, I'll film it. That is wicked. That is really nice. But we got a Magnacut sub 100. We got a. I mean, it was clear as day. Awesome. Definitely need to go back and put his nice polish, his grind lines on there to make the knife pretty. Super excited to use this knife in a cutting session. Magnacut, American-made steel, Laren Thomas creation. Congratulations to you on the metallurgy on that. Later on, we can do an oxidation test. Just put some lemon juice on it at some point and see if it oxidizes. Super. I could have been better as far as like some scratch marks. I got a little higher. Shame on me. Super sharp. We made a mess. Congratulations on making a mess. I know you did too, but definitely this was not a dull moment. Pretty sharp, actually. Thank you for lending us the opportunity to throw everything at you. If you don't have all this stuff, go buy it. I'll put some links above to where you can get all this. I'm glad I got to try some new things that I had learned as well. everything, edge leading, trailing, jointing technique, CBN. We did not get to use diamond because of the thing. Ceramic stone, Japanese natural stone. There you go. Appreciate you guys taking care of us. As always, you've been supporting us so much. We appreciate you. More coming in the weeks up from the Blade Show. Thank you to Brandon and his team over at Maleo for letting us have our opportunity. And we appreciate you guys so much. God bless.